Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Ashley's Treasure. I have all of these frames that I fussy cut out from the last card that I made from the Bo Bunny's Christmas Treasure collection that I wanted to try using up. This time I started off with this picture. This is a little picture of a little girl with her doll. I never thought I would use this one. It's because I'm not normally into pink things and this is way out of my comfort zone, but for some reason I was drawn to this one and I already had paper already cut up ready to go that would go with it, like the golden strip and everything was all scraps that was already ready to go, so it seemed like it was meant to be. And so I just got my ATG gun, taped all four sides, lined everything up right, and I always love using my bone folder to varnish it to make sure it's all stuck well. I did the same thing on the bottom piece. I did like all four sides as close to the edges as possible and down the center, and adhered that, lined it up just right. And I used my art glitter glue because it's got that fine line to adhere the gold foil, and of course put the needle back in so it wouldn't dry out. But it was nice being able to use all these scraps up that was already ready to go. That really came in handy for this card. It made it a lot faster. And I thought I would use some of these flowers, and so I fussy cut this big one out because I thought the colors kind of went with it. And then I had the hardest time finding like a saying to put on it, but I found these three little flowers that I thought would go with it as well, so I fussy cut them out as well. And I just could not get that big flower to work. It just seemed too big, especially compared to the other ones. So when I took that out, I thought that wasn't too bad. And this white flower had four leaves on it, and so I took two of them off because the four seemed like too much, and it looked a lot better that way with just the two leaves on it. And then I started to glue them on there, but I made sure that I only glued it onto the frame because I still had to tape the back of the picture. And then for the little tag, I wanted to tie that on with some thread, and so I was looking through all the different colors that I had, and I thought about using those two because I kind of liked them both because they were the same color as those poinsettias. So I started poking a hole, and I couldn't find my needle at the time, so I just used the needle that was to my ATG glue. Or no, not my ATG glue, my art glitter glue, my bad. And then this thread, it didn't come in clear, but I was trying to show you how like the color faded off. So it's been a long time since it's ever been used. Actually, I don't think it was ever used because you could tell it's old because the spool is wooden. But as you started like taking the thread off, you could see the actual color. So you could see how much the color has faded. I thought that was crazy. But I did a little bit of both of them and was able to get it through the needle and just sewed it through the little tag so I could tie a bow on the top, like so. And then it got tangled up, of course, my luck. And then I realized I didn't distress them, and I wanted to distress them so it would stand out more since they were all about the same color and they were all like colors. I didn't want it to just be a big blur. So in order to make them stand out, I used my distress ink, and I used the frayed burlap on this one because it was the one I already had out, and I kind of wish I did it to the flowers before I glued them on, but it still worked. And then of course when I do one thing I gotta distress everything, so I also distressed all four sides of the card as well. And then I always go back through the corners a little bit more, and then tried tying that little bow. I was actually kind of having a hard time with it because of how tiny it was, and so when I was trying to get that second loop through, I had to get a needle to help pull it through, but it worked. And kept on adjusting it to make it just the right size, and then I realized the tails to the bow I had facing the wrong way, but luckily I was able to adjust it. It was really easy. And then trim them off, and of course the first one I cut shorter than I wanted it to, but since I already cut that one short, I had to cut the other side that short too, but I'm okay. I'm glad with it. And then when I was gonna put the card down, it was kind of like off balance. So I just used some scraps and glued in the back so that way the card would be leveled, and it worked out perfect and nobody will know it, because if I used foam it would have been too thick. So this worked out perfect, and then just used my ATG gun all over it as much as I could, and then got my glitter glue out to get the fine parts on the flower to make sure that they all stick well, since they were so delicate. I didn't want them to get snagged and ruined. And just stuck it on and made sure I pressed the flowers in well, and then the back of that little tag as well, and placed it on like so. And yeah, this is something I would never would have done, but it just seemed like it went together, and I'm actually kind of like it. What do you think? Is this something that you would do? Is this a card that you would like to receive from somebody? It's not a normal Christmas colors, but I hope you like it as much as I did. If so, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.